What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scalar Learning channel. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. We are in day 6 of day 20 for this SAT cram section period, whatever. People asking if I'm going to do cram week. I said, no, not cram week. It's going to be 3 cram weeks, hardcore. So we're going through all the practice tests. What's up, Jenny? What's up, Dina? What's up, Lucas? And today we're finishing up test number 6, which I'm excited about. We're doing the calculator section. Hey, what's up, Zoe? Louise, how's it going? Farah, I didn't even see you up there. Great to have you. Yeah, what's up, Danielle? Oh, that's awesome. This is it. We're going full steam ahead. Even if this test gets canceled, I am not giving up on this streak of live streams. We're just going to go for it. And if you take it in September, you take it in October, you'll be able to reuse these. So I think it'll be good nevertheless, no matter what. And I think it's good for you to prepare no matter what, as long as this test doesn't go away and eventually happens. And I think it's not going away. That's a whole nother question, a whole nother video. It doesn't make sense to me that this test would go away because I don't see what how the alternative would work, especially with California schools talking about making their own tests, which makes no sense to me. But we don't know, so we got to see. Louise, I'm so sorry that your test got canceled. I am not Turkish, but I have been to Turkey many times, and I love Turkey. And what is it? How do I say? Merhaba, nasılsın? Türkçe biliyor. I think that means I know Turkish. I can't remember exactly, but I know a little Turkish. How do I make it look so easy? Practice, practice, practice. That's how you got to do it. All right. So we're starting here. Let me just do a little quick sound check. Make sure we're good to go on that front. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to start the timer, and we're going to get the calculator loaded up as well. There's my calculator. We got 55 minutes on the clock as per usual. Calculator section. We're going to rock it out. We're going to be focused in the zone. I won't be able to answer questions while I'm taking the test because, of course, I'm going to be fully immersed in trying to take it in the time setting. Usually I like to take these for the first time, but because I have taken all these tests already, it's not that authentic test-taking experience, but it's going to feel like it because it's been quite some time since I did take this for real. And last but not least, put your questions in the comment section. Or in the chat section if you're watching this live, and I'll do my best to answer it, although I do have appointments starting at 10 a.m. And then after that, if you're watching this after the fact, just put them in the comment section. I'll answer those questions. I answer everything. I just responded to a bunch of comments last night, so I will get back to you eventually before the test, I promise. I will do my best to make sure that happens. And last but not least, if you like this video and you like what you see in general from this channel, please click that like button. It helps the channel substantially when you do that. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure to click subscribe. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. The graph above shows Marilyn's distance from her campsite during a 3-hour hike. So she's going farther, 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 and then back to the campsite. She stopped for 30 minutes during the hike to have her lunch. Based on the graph, which is falling close to the time, she finished lunch and continued her hike. Finished lunch and continued her hike. So the stop point is moving, up, down, boom, here's lunch. And that looks like about a half an hour, and it looks like she stopped around 1:40, right? A little past 1:30 would be right there. 1:40 is the answer, boom, done. When's the close time she finished lunch and continued her hike? See, some people might answer 1:10 because you just think, oh, when did she start lunch? So watch that wording. The table above shows the distribution of age and gender of 25 people who entered a contest. If the contest winner will be selected at random, what is the probability that the winner will be either a female under the age of 40 or a male age 40 or older? Right there. So when we have that or language, not and, the or language, we add those two together. So it's 10 out of a total of 25. Boom, done. Number 3. The graph below shows the total number of music album sales in millions each year from 1997 to 2009. Based on the graph, which of the following best describes the general trends in music album sales from 1997 to 2000? It looks like it's going a little up, then flatline, then down. Generally down, right? Oh, wait, here we go. This is more. So actually, definitely not this. I was going to say this, but it's more nuanced than that, and they have more nuanced answers. Sales increased until 2000, which is right here, and then generally decreased for the most part. Yeah, that's definitely not true. There we go. Increased, and then boom, generally decreased for the most part. Excellent. The table above shows some values of the linear function f, which of the following defines f. All right, which one of these, when I plug in 1, do I get -2? Yes. Do I plug in 2, do I get 1? No, out. Do I plug in 1 here and get -2? Yes. Do I plug in 2 and get 1? No, I get 0. It's out. Plug in 1, do I get -2? Yes. Plug in 2, do I get 1? Yes. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 5 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9, I get 4. Yes. 16 minus 5, 12 minus 5 is 7. It's this one. And then just to verify, -2, when I plug in 2, I get 2. So this is out as well. Number 5. At Lincoln High School, approximately 7% of enrolled juniors and 7% of juniors and 5%. I like to always grid this stuff out when I see these numbers in these thicker word problems. Were inducted into the National Honor Society last year. If there were 562 juniors and 602 seniors enrolled, which of the following is closest to the total number of juniors and seniors at Lincoln who were inducted into the National Honor Society? Great for a calculator, right? 7% of that and 5% of that. It's all gridded out beautifully. Now I don't have to think too much. I just say how do we do 7%? I say 0.07, right? Move the decimal over twice. Boom. That plus, I'm going to put my parentheses just to be careful, 0.05 of or times 602. And we've got 69.44. And I feel confident, even though it's I got a decimal, which of the following is closest, approximation, so I'm happy it's pretty close. Wait, let me just make sure I didn't read anything wrong. 7% of enrolled juniors, 5% enrolled seniors. Enrolled, yeah. Which of the following is the sum of the two polynomials shown above? Add those. Just add them up. 8x squared, common like terms. Those add up to -7x. Those add up to -4. It's this one. That's out because they made that positive. This is out because of the exponents. Number 7. 3/5 w equals 4/3. What's the value of w? Multiply both sides by 5/3. The reciprocal of that equals 4/3 times 5/3. That becomes w equals 20/9. Boom, done. Numero 8. The average number of students per classroom at Central High School from 2000 to 2010 can be modeled by the equation blank, where x represents the number of years since 2000. Hold on. And y represents the average number of students per classroom. Got it. So, which of the following best describes the meaning of 0.56? That is the slope. That is the change per year, which means that the number of students. So in year 2000, the classroom size, that's when x is 0. The classroom size was 27.2. In year 2010, I plugged 10 in, and it would be 5.6 plus that, whatever that is, 32.8. But the point is this is my slope, meaning this is what's changing per year because x represents the year. So it means it's the increase, average number of increase per year. That's it. Estimate difference between average, yeah. Numero 9. Nate walks 25 meters in 13.7 seconds. 25, this seems perfect for a proportion. 25 meters in 13.7 seconds. If he walks at the same rate, which of the following is close to the distance he will walk in 4 minutes? But this is in seconds, so I can't put 4 over here. I must put 240 because 60 seconds in a minute, 240 seconds in 4 minutes. Little mental math. X there. Cross multiply. 13.7x equals 240 times 25. 600. No, 6,000. Yeah, look at that. Mental math. And then we divide by 13.7. Definitely can't do that, but I could approximate, but I'm not going to. Y. 450 meters. Let me just sure that makes sense. Let's say that's 15 seconds. So 100 in a minute. Yeah, about 400 in a minute. A little more. I'm happy with that. Planets, acceleration due to gravity, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Okay, so different gravities, and that makes sense. The bigger the planet, the greater the gravity. The chart above shows the approximation of acceleration due to gravity in meters per second squared for the 8 planets. The weight of an object on a given planet can be used by the formula W equals mg. Let me underline that. Where W is the weight of the object measured in newtons, m is the mass, and g is the acceleration due to gravity, which is this thing. Okay. Oh, here we go. What is the weight in newtons of an object on Mercury with a mass of 90? Hold on. We want the weight is m times g, right? And m is the mass, g is the acceleration. So hold on, sorry. What is it, Mercury? So it is 3.6 is the g value. Mass is 90, and the weight is that. Calculator time, oops, look at that, typed it in wrong, gotta be careful. 3.6 times 90 equals 324 newtons. Just make sure I didn't mess up that formula. The weight of an object, where that is, m is the mass, and g is the acceleration, and that's g. Okay, got it, done. An object on Earth has a weight of 150 newtons. 150, I'm just going to plug it into the formula, equals, we don't know the mass, and my g value on Earth is 9.8. Oh, that's the one that we know, right? Everybody knows that value. On which planet would the same object have an approximate weight of 170 newtons? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the actual mass by dividing by 9.8, which is about 15. $15.3. And then they said on which planet would the same object have a weight of 170 newtons, aka 170 times 15.3 for the mass times an unknown g. Now I do 170, obviously to isolate, I divide by 15.3, right? Or this, I'm not even going to round. 70 divided by, and I get 11.1, meaning the g value would, on that planet where it would weigh that 170 newtons, would have a g value of 11.1, and that is Saturn. And that's it. Boom, done. Numero 12. If the function f has 5 distinct zeros, which of the following could represent the complete graph of f in the xy plane? 5 distinct zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? 5. Hold on. 1, 2. Oh, shoot. What? 1, 2. Oh, this has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my. Oh, my. Undo. Okay, goodbye. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I was doing. Out. Here's the winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a multiplicity of 2. Not that it matters. Okay. Number 13. H equals negative 16t squared plus vt plus k. The equation above gives the height h in feet of a ball t seconds after thrown straight up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is isolating quantities question. They're just isolating v. We don't need any of that. So I'm going to add 16t squared and subtract k equals vt. And then we're going to divide everything by t. And there it is. H plus 16k squared. Oh, okay, got it. Then they separated this out, so I'll arrange. I think it's this one. It's D, but let me actually make sure. H minus K, they just rearranged it. Actually, really what they did is they divided this by T, if you want to do that, and got a remainder and all that. But let's do it like this. So they put that over there, plus 16t squared. And then they're breaking it up like this, which we're totally allowed to do. I'm allowed to break that up into two fractions. And they left this here, which is great. That's what I want. And then they canceled out the t's. So that's why it's h minus k over t plus 16t. Done. 14. We're almost halfway through the multiple choice. Cost of using a telephone in a hotel meeting room is 20 cents per minute. 20 cents per minute. Which of the following equations represents the total cost for h hours of phone use? So 60, wait a minute, 60 times h. It's this one, I think. Hold on. It seems too easy. Wait, the reason why I say that is because if it's 20 cents per minute, for an hour, it's 60 times that, right? Whatever that is. Now, they didn't multiply it out, so we don't need to either. And then this would be 1 hour. So if h is 1, it would be this. If h is 2, it's double that. So to me, this is it. I don't see... I'm just trying to make sure I didn't mess that up. So 20 cents per minute. So 20 cents times 60 gives me 1 hour, and then times the number of hours. Yeah, I think that's right. Just trying to make sure didn't make a silly mistake of any sort. Okay, we move on. Number 15, in order to determine treatment X successful in improving eyesight, a research study was conducted from a large population of people with poor eyesight. 300 participants were selected at random. Half of the participants got X, and the other half did not receive X. The resulting data showed that the participants who received treatment X had significantly improved eyesight as compared to those who did not receive treatment X. Hold on. And by the way, it's people with poor eyesight. I should have underlined that. Based on the design and results of the study, which of the following is an appropriate conclusion? Treatment X is likely to improve the eyesight of people with poor eyesight. Come back to that. Treatment X improves eyesight better than all other. No, because they just compared it against nothing. Treatment X will improve. No. Treatment X will cause a substantial... No, it's too general. The will cause, will improve. Like, I like how it says likely to improve. Like, A has got to be the one. Also, it references the fact that people have poor eyesight because that's the sample, people who had poor eyesight. Okay. Number 16. Here we go. Graphs of the function f and g are shown in the xy plane. For which of the following values of x does f of x plus g of x equal 0? Meaning, where do the sum of the y values of each of these functions cross each other out, aka where are they opposites of each other? All right, let's go to our answer choices. When x is -3, wait, here, 1, 2, 3. When x is -3, no, they're equal. That'd be, they'd add to -2. And x is -2, they're opposites. One is +2, one is -2, they will add to 0. Boom, done. Let's just eliminate 1. -1 is here. They're equal again. 0, there, that's 2, and that's like, it'd be something negative. So, number 17. The quantity of a product supplied and the quantity of the product demanded in an economic market are functions of the price of the product. Okay, supply and demand. The functions above are the estimated supply and demand functions for a certain product. The function SP gives the quantity of the product supplied to the market when the price is P dollars, and the function DP, okay, sure. How will the quantity of the product supplied to the market change if the price of the product is increased by $10? Wait, how will the quantity? Okay. So let's do a little table. So price, supply, because I want supplied. And you could probably do this without doing this, but I like to do this. So when it's $10, it's 45, right? I'm just plugging it in. When it's $20, increased by 10, it's now going to be 50, so it goes up by 5. Supply goes up by 5. Increase by 5 units. That's it. Wait, does it say it's in tens of units or something? No. All right, easy peasy. At what price will the quantity of the product supplied to the market equal? Okay, aka set those two equations equal to each other, which we're really just doing substitution. 1/2 P plus 40 All right. Now we solve for p and we're good to go. So let's multiply everything by 2 so I don't have to deal with 1/2. P plus 80 equals 440 minus 2p. Add 2p to both sides and subtract 80 from both sides. It's 360 divided by 3. P equals 120. All right. Number 19, graphene, which is used in the manufacture of integrated circuits, is so thin that a sheet weighing 1 ounce can cover up to 7 football fields. If a football field, okay, hold on. 1 ounce can cover up to 7 football. That's crazy. Hold on. Let's make a proportion. Ounces, area. So 1 ounce can cover 7 football fields, but hold on. If a football field has an area of approximately 1 1/3 acres. Okay, let's turn it into acres. So what's 7 times 1 1/3? Well, let's make that 4/3, and then 7 times that is 28/3. Okay. So 1 ounce can cover that. 48 ounces could cover how many acres? Cross multiply and solve. X equals, I'll just do this without a calculator. Cancel. That becomes 16. And now let's use a calculator. 16 times 28. 448. 450. I like the approximately because that means I can just be close and I'm good to go. If it doesn't say approximately and you're kind of close, you should redo the math. Make sure you didn't make a mistake. Swimming time versus heart rate. Michael swam. Okay, so we got a scatter plot. The minutes he goes, the more minutes the heart rate kind of goes down. And that's the general trend. Swam 2,000 yards on each of 18 days. Scatter plot above shows the swim time and corresponding heart rate after each swim. Line of best fit. For the swim that took 34 minutes, Michael's actual heart rate. For the swim that took 34 minutes, Michael's actual heart rate, which is the point, the dot, that's the actual data right there. And here's where the line of best fit predicts it. His actual heart rate was about how many beats per minute less than the rate predicted by the line of best fit. Line of best fit predicts 150. He got 142, 4, 6, 8, 8. 2. It was 2 less. $21. Of the following 4 types of saving account plans, which option would yield exponential growth of money in the account? Okay. Just identifying exponential growth. Each year, 2% of the initial savings. Nope. Initial savings, that would be the same every year. That's not exponential. Exponential is the amount itself that you're adding each year is growing. Nope. This is still linear. It's still going to be a set amount, even with that extra 100. Current value. This is it. Nope. This is a set value. That's not exponential. That's linear. Why is this? Because 1% of the current value means, like, if you think about it, first, let's say you've got $100. First, you're adding $1. Then the next year, now you're not adding 1% of 100. You're adding 1% of 101. So now you're adding $1 and a 1.01. So the amount you're adding actually increases every year. That's exponential. The sum of 3 numbers is 855. One of the numbers, x, is 50% more than the sum of the other 2. Hold on. System of equations. X plus y plus z equals 855. One of the numbers, x, is 50% more than the sum. That's how you do 50% more, right? 1.5. Than the sum of the other 2. What is the value of x? Now I got a system of equations. I just wrote out in equation format what the words were saying. Now I don't have to overthink it. If I divide by 1.5... y plus z equals this, so now I substitute in x plus x over 5. You see how I replaced this with this. Now let's multiply everything by 3. just because I don't want to deal with decimals. So that becomes 3x. 3 times x over 1.5. 3 over 1.5 is 2. 24. 3 times 8, 55. I could do that, but that's okay. 25, 65. That becomes 5x equals 25, 65. Divide by 5, divide by 5. 513. Now let's double check. So it would be 513. The other two would be 342. Okay. And then what's 50% more of 342? 1.5 times 342 equals 513. Good. The angles shown above are acute, and sine of A equals cosine of B. Wait. Which means that if they were in a right triangle, it actually means that they're complementary. That's what it means when you say sine of A. It's forget about this even for a second. Let's pretend B is here. Sine of A, opposite over hypotenuse. In that case, so well, let's call it 1, 2, 3. Opposite over hypotenuse, 2/3. Cosine of B is adjacent over hypotenuse, 2 over 3. So this, let's just ignore this. That's what it means. So essentially, sine of A, you can draw a triangle if you forget that, but if the sine of A is equal to the cosine of B, it means that A and B are complements. They both add up to 90. So that means this equals this. What's the value of K? All right. So what I can now say is A plus B equals 90, but now I can substitute that and solve for K. 4K minus 22. Combine like terms, 10K. Combine like terms. 10K equals 125 divided by K, and divide by 10, excuse me, it's 12.5. There it is. 24. Mr. Cole has a beaker containing n millimeters of solution to distribute to the students in his chemistry class. If he gives each student 3 millimeters of solution. Okay, so he has X number of students, let's just say. Students is X. Milliliters is N. If he gives if he gives each student 3 milliliters of solution, he will have 5 milliliters left over. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to put this in equation format. So 3 milliliters per student. So you're going away 3 times X, and he will have 5 milliliters left over, meaning N minus this value equals 5. Okay, there's my first relationship. In order to give each student 4 milliliters of solution, now he's got 4 milliliters of solution, he will need an additional 21 milliliters, which means that 4x, 4 milliliters to each student, equals the number of milliliters he's got, plus he needs another 21. Okay, now I got my system of equations. Now I can solve for x. Boom. And that's my number of students. So the way I'm going to do it is my patented elimination method. Not my patented, but my favorite. So I'm going to subtract n from both sides, and I'll have negative n plus 4x equals 21. And here I've got n minus 3x plus 5. And look how nice this is. Immediately, I'm trying to solve for x, the number of students. Those we add these together, those cancel out. Negative 3x plus 4x is x. X equals 26. We got 26 students in the class. Now we verify. Okay, so right now, if he gives 3 out, that's 3 times 26 is 78. And he'll have 5 milliliters left over. That means he's got 83 milliliters of solution. Now let's verify. If he gives 4 milliliters out, that's 4 times 26 is 104. And he will indeed need 21 to get that 104. So just double checking. And now we're on to 25, making great progress. Look at that time, 28 minutes, so we're in great shape. A grain silo is built from 2 right circular cones and a right circular cylinder. Okay, first of all, you need the formula for volume of a cone. I have messed this up before on a real SAT. It was very unfortunate. So volume of a cylinder is that. Volume of a cone, let's say cone, cylinder, is 1/3 pi r squared h. But you don't have to memorize these. Like I said, they're in the front, and that was a mistake I made then. Now I know them pretty well, and it's fine. I don't need to look it up. But yeah, so pi r squared h, 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay. Which is the closest to the volume of the grain silo. So the grain silo is all of these shapes. Now, this is just a straight up calculator problem, but I'm going to write it out. So we got, first we have the cylinder, which is pi r squared. Oops, sorry. What's the radius? Hold on. The radius is 5 for everything. 5 squared times the height of 10, plus the top cylinder, cone, which is 1/3 pi r squared times a height of 5. It's 5 and 5, right? And then plus the same thing again, because the bottom cone is the same value. Okay, now we put in the calculator. Hold on, let's do this. So that's 25. That's 250 pi. Plus 25, that's 125 pi. And I can add those together. That's 2/3 times 125 pi. Hold on. So this is always a bit clunky with fractions. Let's go like this. 2/3 times 125 pi. So I'm just going to make sure I didn't mess up. So the top is 250 pi. Good. There's 125 pi divided by 1/3. Another 125 pi divided by 1/3. So that's 2/3 times 125 pi. Let's give it a go. There it is. 26, final 5. Now these should be usually, the hardest few should be in here. So just be prepared for that. In the xy plane, the line determined by points 2k and k3 pass through the origin. So it also includes 0, 0. Which of the following could be the value of k? It's a line, right? Containing these 3 points. Well, the only thing I can do to relate them is come up with some slope equations. So first of all, let's do it like this. K minus 0 is k, over 2 minus 0 is 2. That is the slope of the line. The slope of the line is also 32 minus 0 over k minus 0, right? I'm taking the difference of the y's over the difference of the x's. These two are both the slope of the lines. They are equal. Now I got an equation, cross multiply. K squared equals 64. 2 times 32, square root, k equals 8. Could also be negative 8, but no, don't give that. Now let's double check. 2, 8. What was that? 8, 32. And from the origin, that's a slope of 8 over 2, which is 4. 32 over 8 is 4. Yes, boom, done. All right, my hand is hurting for some reason. A rectangle was altered by increasing. Okay, sorry. A rectangle is altered by increasing its length and decreasing its width by p%. So if you increase the length by 10%, you multiply by 1.1. If you decrease its width by p%, it would be, I'm just trying to do it as a, if p is in percent, it's this. It's 100 minus, let's say, 10%, or let's say if it's 20%, it's 100 minus 20, which is 80. Then you got to convert it back to a decimal by dividing by 100. And these alterations decrease the rectangle by 12%. What is the value of p? Meaning, oh, I got it. It's basically 1.1. Okay, watch this. So it's 1.1 L times some unknown thing W equals a 12% decrease of the whole thing, which is 0.88 LW, if that makes sense. The W's and the L's cancel out. So X times 1.1 equals 0.88. I hope this is making sense. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 1.1, so 0.88. 0.8. So again, X equals 0.8%, but it doesn't mean it's an 80% decrease. That means, remember in this formula, this is 80% of the original, which means it was a 20% decrease, if that makes sense, right? So now, if I can show you an example really quickly, if I show you that this is 20 and this is 50, let's say, so the original volume area would be 1,000. 20 times 50 is 1,000. If I increase this by 10%, it would be 22. And if I decrease this one by 20%, it would be 40. And then 40 times 22 is 880, which is a 12% decrease of 1,000. So we just verified it. 28. See, that was a pretty hard one, though. 22 minutes left. Okay. In planning maintenance for a city's infrastructure, a civil engineer estimates that starting from the present, population of the city will decrease by 10% every 20 years. First of all, these are out. I already know, because we're talking about exponential. A decrease of 10% should be a 0.9 inside, not 0.1. That's a 90% decrease every whatever it is. The present population of the city is 50,000, so we want a 50,000 for my starting term, which we have in all of them. Which of the following expressions represents the engineer's estimate of the population 2 years from now? So, in 20 years, okay, it should be 90%. It should be 45,000. So the question really becomes, for which of these two, if I plug in 20 for t, because t is years, do I get 45,000? This one is so wrong. This one will get such a small value, because it'll be like 20 times 20 is 0.9 to the 400th power. I don't even want to calculate it, but this is perfect, right? Plug 20 in. 20 over 20 is 1. So it's just 0.9. 0.9 to the first power. 0.9 times 50,000, I know mentally, is 45,000. D is the winner. 29 and 30. Handedness, left, right. The incomplete table summarized, so we're going to fill this in, summarizes the number of left-handed students and right-handed students by gender for the 8th grade students at Keisel Middle School. There are 5 times as many right-handed females as there are left-handed females. Right-handed females. Is there a left-handed female? So there's 5x times x. And 9 times as many right-handed males as there are left-handed males. If there's a total of 18 left-handed students, and okay, that's all in there, which of the following is close to the probability that a right-handed student selected at random is female? We're now, just don't forget, when we do probability, they're limiting it to right-handed. They want to know probability that a right-handed selected student is female. So it's 5x over 122. That's my answer. But I have to solve for x. How do I solve for x? We're going to create a system of equations with the graph that we've got here. I've got x plus y equals 18. Right? That's the total of those. And 5x plus 9y, this plus this equals the total there, 122. Beautiful. Now I want to solve for 5x, or I want to solve for x, whatever. So let's eliminate the y's. So I'm going to multiply the top by -9. Now I got -9 to eliminate the y's. Equals 90 plus 72 is -162. These cancel out. I got -4x equals -40. X equal, divide by -4, x equals 10. So the probability, plug it in now here. 5 times 10 is 50 over 120. Oh. We got to convert it to decimal. 0.41. There it is. They rounded it up. Perfect. One more really hard question, and then we're good to go to the free response, and we'll get a drop in difficulty, which is always nice. 3x plus b equals 5x minus 7, blah, blah. And the equation about b and c are constants. If b minus c is... Oh, no, sorry, I wrote that wrong. If B is always my equal sign. B is C minus 1/2. They didn't put that in there, but that's an equation. Which of the following is true? X is. Okay, so they're saying they're solving for X in terms of Y. X is Y minus 4. X is what? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I want to get an equation using all this stuff with just X and Y. And I know I need to use this, I assume. So let's see. So I'm going to plug in this for B up top. Then I'm going to get two equations in terms of C. Then I'm going to isolate C, set those equal to each other, and then we should get there. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So first I have 3x plus C minus 1/2 equals 5x minus 7. That one is already good, so I'll deal with that in a second. Now let's combine like terms. Hold on. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, so I got 2x, and I'm going to add 1/2 to negative 7. So it becomes negative 6.5 or negative 13/2. I like impropers. I don't really like mixed numbers, in equations especially. So that's, right, negative 6.5 equals C. Beautiful. So I've isolated C here. I moved this over here by subtracting. I moved this over here by adding, and we're good to go. Now we got this. Let's also isolate C. Very simple. Subtract 3y. C equals 2y minus 7. Okay. Now I can set these guys equal to each other because they both equal C. So 2x minus 13/2 equals 2y minus 7. And I want x equals, so I'm going to add 13/2 to both sides. 2x equals 2y minus 7 plus, let's just make it decimal. Let's make it easy. No, let's keep it 13/2 plus 13/2, okay? And this becomes 14/2, common denominator. So negative 14/2 plus positive 13/2 is negative 1/2, right? And then last but not least, all these is x is, so we got to isolate x, so divide everything by 2. Let's do it up here. So it becomes x equals y, and then 1/2 divided by 2, it's like times 1/2, is negative 1/4. X is y minus 1/4. This one's a bit harder to check, so I'm trying to think how I could check this. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's plug in, let's see, y minus 1/4 up here. So 3 times y minus 1/4. And then also plug in the c minus 1/2 plus c minus 1/2 equals, this is not going to be pretty, 5 times y minus 1/4 minus 7. Okay, I'm going to do it anyways. Now I start. How much time do I have? This is not, I would not recommend checking this, to be honest, but we'll roll with it. Minus 3/4 plus c minus 1/2. Okay, whatever. And then negative 3/4, that's negative 2/4, that's negative 5/4. So 3y plus c, and that's negative 5/4. I'm just going to add the 5/4 to the other side because we know we want to isolate that. On the other side, I get 5y minus 5/4 plus 5/4, which means they cancel out, minus 7. And guess what? I get the same thing. I get 3y plus c equals 5y minus 7. Same, and 3y plus c is 5y minus 7 in the second equation, so it works. All right, 31. Difficulty resets, and we're good to go. Tickets for a school, and we got 14 minutes for 8 problems. So. Not great, not terrible, but decent. Tickets for a student for a school talent show. I mean, actually, wait, let me adjust that statement. Actually, this is great. I'm just saying compared to my normal pace. But in terms of if you get to this point with 14 minutes, now you're in good shape. Tickets for a school talent show cost $2 and for students and $3 for adults. If Chris spends at least 11 but no more than 14 on X student tickets and 1 adult ticket, is less than or equal to 14 and greater than or equal to 11. What is one possible value? 5. Could also be 4. Because then he buys 5 student tickets for $10 plus the 1 adult ticket for $3, and that's 13. So it's less than 14. Okay, 32. Ages of the first 12 United States presidents beginning at their terms in office. And the table above lists the ages of the first 12 United States presidents when they began their terms in office. According to the table, what was the mean age in years of these presidents at the beginning of their terms? Okay, mean we just add and then divide by the total, which is 12. Total number 57. So this is a calculated one that you want to triple check your answers at the end. Or your inputs, I mean. Make sure you didn't type something in wrong. Especially free response, you're done if you type one number in wrong. Because even if you're off by a tenth, you're off. I can't see all the answers. Shoot. Hold on. Darn it. Won't let me go back, will it? Okay, let's at least check these. 60, 50, 51, 68, 55, 62, 58, 59, 58. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, I did not think that would happen. Okay, let's do it. Let's rewind. Okay, so I got 57, 62, 58, 58, 59, 58, 62, 55, 68. Now I'll double check. 51, 50, and 65. And then divide this by 12. 58.6, we got to round up. Okay. Excelente. 11 minutes left. 33. And the expression above is rewritten in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, a, b, and c are constant. What's the value of b? Okay, just simply distribute and combine like terms. Plus 5x minus 2. I'll write it below. Negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. Those cancel. That becomes negative 5x squared. That becomes 9x. And the b value is this, which is the 9. Done. Next, 34. In a circle with the center O. Always draw it if you got the time, of course. Circle with a center O. Central angle AOB. Measure of 5 pi fourths. The area of the sector formed by the central angle AOB is what fraction of the circle? Okay. 5 pi fourths. Okay, the fraction is literally the central angle over 360 degrees, but in this case it's radians. So it's 5 pi fourths over 2 pi. That's my fraction. And this is a little bit tricky because it's like a fraction and a fraction, but it's not bad. We can still evaluate this. So you can either think about it as 5 pi fourths times the reciprocal, this 1 over 2 pi, or I like to do it like this. That multiplies that, that multiplies that. So it becomes 5 pi, and this goes to the bottom. So it becomes 5 pi over 8 pi cancels, and the answer is 5/8. And let's just make sure that makes sense. So it's like more than half of the circle. And by the way, pi is half of 360. It's half of 2 pi. It's half of the full circle, 360, if you convert it to degrees. So it makes sense that this would be 5/8. 35. An online store receives customer satisfaction ratings between 0 and 100. Inclusive. You can get a 0 up to 100. So that is 101 possible different scores. In the first 10 ratings the store received, the average of the ratings was 75. So 75 for the first 10. What is the least value the store can receive for the 11th rating and still be able to have an average of at least 85 for the first 20 ratings? So then we're going to assume that the next 9, the least you can get, the next 9 have to be perfect though. So 9 times 100 would be 900 equals, we need an average of 85. So this divided by 20. There it is. So 750 plus x plus 900 over 20 equals 85. Multiply by 20, 1700. Oh, let's add these two. Let's kill two birds with one stone. X 750 plus 900 is 1650, right? Subtract 1650, X equals 50. So he can get 50. Now let's, oops. Got to be able to read that. So X equals 50. So now let's double check, right? So 75 for the first 10, that's 750. Then we get 50. Now we're at 1800. We're at 800. And then if we get 900 for the remaining, 900 plus 1800 is 1700. 1700 divided by 20, just to double check, should be 85. Okay. 36. 8 minutes remaining. Oh boy. In the xy plane, if a point with coordinates a, b lies in the solution set of the system of inequalities above, what is the maximum possible value of b? Hold on. I need to draw this like roughly out. So y is less than or equal to 5x, so it would be something like this. Y is less than or equal to negative 15x, so that's a much steeper slope, and pretend that's 3,000 right there. And it's less than this and less than this one and less than this one. So the solution set is all in here, and they're both less than or equal to. So the maximum possible value of b is where they intersect. So it doesn't even matter that they're inequalities. If they just had these as equations, we would have been fine. So just saying. Now, all we got to do is find the intersection point. That's it. So 5x, so let's just use substitution. 5x equals negative 15x plus 3,000. Add 15x, so that's 20x equals 3,000. Divide by 20. Cross off the zeros. 300 divided by 2 is 150. But that, again, is not, that's the x value. The y value is 5 times that, which is 750. And then we're going to double check in the other equation. If I plug 150 in, 150 times negative 15. Let's say 15. And then it's 3,000 minus that answer. We also get 750. So again, the b value is in the y position. That's why we had to find the y value, not the x value. Final part, two-part question, as per usual. If 6 minutes, not great. Okay, we got to hustle because this can be hard. If shoppers enter a store at an average rate of r shoppers per minute and each stays in the store for an average time of t minutes, the average number of shoppers in the store, n, at any one time is given by the formula n equals rt. Sorry, my hand is really bothering me. R shoppers per minute, average time of t minutes, and the average number of shoppers, n. Okay, so this was Little's law. The owner of the good deal store estimates that during business hours, an average of 3 shoppers per minute enter the store. 3 shoppers per minute enter the store, and that each of them stays an average of 15 minutes. The store owner uses Little law to estimate that there are 45 shoppers in the store at any time. Got it. So you do so 15 times 3 gives you 15 minutes times 3 gives you 45 shoppers. Okay. Any part of the store, so there's a particular department of checkout lines. The store owner determines that during business hours, approximately 84 shoppers per hour make a purchase, and each of these shoppers spend an average of 5 minutes in the checkout line. 84 is, wait a minute, that's per hour. We want it per minute, so 84 divided by 60. So 1.4. 5 minutes in the checkout line. At any time during business hours, about how many shoppers on average are waiting in the checkout line to make a purchase? That's it. N equals 5 times 1.4, which is 7, because 5 times 14 is 70. This is just a lengthy word problem, so I'm just making sure I didn't misunderstand anything. 84 shoppers per hour. Per hour. They should have underlined this per hour, because that threw me off for a second. Okay, I think we got that. 38. And we've got 3 minutes. The owner of a good deal store opens a new store across town. For the new store, the owner estimates that during business hours, an average of 90. See, now they highlighted that. 90 shoppers per hour enter the store, and each day is an average of 12 minutes. So let's immediately turn that to minutes. 90 divided by 60. So it's 1.5. Each of them stays 12 minutes. So using Little's Law, we'd multiply that, and it'd be 18. The average number of shoppers in the new store at any time is what percent less average number of shoppers in the original store. Got it. So this one is 18. The original was 45. So what percent less? We go from 45 to 18, which is a decrease of 27. So it's 27 out of 45. That's the percent it dropped. And that is 0.6, which is 60%. Hold on. Is what percent less? See, it didn't say what percent of. It said what percent less. Otherwise, it would be 40%. But in this case, it's 60. Okay. I think I got that right. Let's roll with it. I'm not going to waste too much more time because, anyways, if this was the real thing, I would take this extra time and go back over everything. But we're just doing this for teaching purposes. So let's just roll with it and see. Hopefully, I got everything right. And I will, if I didn't, I will, of course, go over that and we'll go for it. And I'm almost ready to take a few questions, time permitting. Let's see how we do here. Sure I didn't leave anything blank, but I didn't fully check, but hopefully I didn't. All right. Ready. Set. I gotta get this thing. All right. CBCC. BADC. BADC. All right. 9 is BDBD. 13 is DAAB. DAB. 17 is BBCB. 21 is 4 or 5. Oh, sorry. 21 is CBCD. So far, so good. Final 5. Final 6, actually. But then it's 25 is DCCD. DCCD. Yes. That one was a little tricky, but I was pretty sure. I had checked it, verified it. 29 and 30. A. Beautiful. Now we come to the free response. This is a hard free response. 5, 58.69, 5/8, 50, 750, 7 and 60. All right. Got it. Excellent. Let's see what we got. What's up, everybody? Okay, so it's not even telling me my stats here, but that's all good. What's up, guys? Oh yeah, RV business is dope. We did a video together, so you should check that out. Organic chemistry tutor. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, thinking about buying your course. Yeah. So it depends on when that review was written, because what happened is I created, I don't know, like an additional 15 hours of content, Christian. I'm just talking to you about my Udemy course, where I put in all these practice problems and all these explanations where I solved every single practice problem. So I do think it goes in really in depth. I think it's more so than any other video course out there. And I think an additional 700 practice problems. So, look, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't think it's great, then you can go ahead and return it. But I stand by it. Don't do this for ELA. Okay. All right, guys, listen up. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to make another video tomorrow, Kush. Don't worry. And what I want you guys, and if you guys haven't clicked that like button, please do. It really helps out the videos. And last but not least, I want to share with you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, my math puzzles channel, which I'm really, really excited about. And I try and release new math puzzles every week, even at least once a week, but I've been doing even more lately. So here, I'm going to post the link and you can check this out. Actually, no, let's post an actual math puzzle that you can do here. Let's do this one. This is my latest one.
What's up, everybody?
Give it a like to myself. And you can take a look here. I don't know if you like these math puzzles or matchstick puzzles, but they're really fun. So I'm figuring out the time for the live stream tomorrow. I'm thinking it's going to be at 12:45 PST in the afternoon. That's my last lesson, I believe, ends at 12:30. So, but I'm gonna make sure, and then I'll set it up for you guys ahead of time. Hey, you're so welcome. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for working hard. It's so exciting. I tell people all the time that you have no idea how well people can do when they're motivated and they seek out good content and teachers that vibe with them. And hey, maybe some people don't vibe with me, and that's fine. You know, find YouTube is a vast universe of great content. So find the teacher that connects with you and provides content that resonates with you, and that's it, and then go on your own. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I do respond to every single question. I promise you. I make that my commitment. As long as I am able to do that time-wise, I will do it. And Dr. Chung's so-so. It's a little bit on the extra hard side, so it depends on where you're at in your prep process, but yo, you're welcome, Rochelle. Zoe, you are welcome. Thank you as well. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, you're so welcome, Yusuf. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again, and see you in the next video.